Okay, hi, you got me again. So I'm Dave Massa. I'm going to ask you to build me a pen. So I hope you've all seen Wolf of Wall Street, because if not, this is going to be really weird. But there he is, the Wolf of Wall Street. I don't really want you to build me a pen, but I do want you to start by drawing me a pen. So I'm going to give you all some post-it notes. Don't start drawing yet. I'll bring some pens too. You might want to get the table. You're welcome to. How many have we got? Right, Kyle, you go. Grab a pen. Liam, you got some. Grab a pen. There you go. Grab a pen. There you go. Oh, I've given you some already. Grab a pen. There you go. Grab a pen. Hello. Grab a pen. You've got a pen. No, you'll need your post-it notes. No. Nice try. Right. Okay. Super. So you've got a minute to achieve it. I want you to draw a pen using the post-it notes. You can use as many as you want or as little as you want, but you've got a minute. Draw a pen, whatever comes into your mind, simple or complex. Just have a go. If you need to get around, that's okay. Lean on the table. It is a test. It's definitely a test. We're coming up to about a minute. What did you draw? Was it something like this? A fountain pen, nice. Very nice. These are extravagant pens. Clearly I don't get paid enough because I can only afford a Bic Crystal. And this is my pen of choice. It's not really, as I said, a Parker, is it? But there's a reason why. Okay, don't be alarmed. But keep your pens. You can keep that little souvenir from tonight's lightning talks. So let's think about that pen. Because what we've done is built the first step of a plan. And I'm a project manager by trade, right? And I've started by visualizing the end state of the product that I want to achieve. And then I can start to build a plan from that. So if I break that down into its core components, you can see I did this previously using my Bic pen. I've got the shaft, the outer shell. I need some ink. Great. I need the cartridge for the ink. Cool. What does that look like? I need a ball for the tip so I can write. I need a housing to put the little ball in. Great. I need the lid. And I need a cap for the pen. Now for me, this is really exciting because this is where I go, ooh, my little project manager mind goes mad because I start thinking about project plans. Yes! Woo! Everybody loves a project plan. It's a Gantt chart. Everybody loves it. The crowd goes wild. And I start thinking with my end state products, well, how do I build it? Now I talked about, I want you to build me a pen. So if you think about each one of those individual components, everyone will have an engineering time frame, maybe a design specification time frame, maybe I'll need to do some 3D models, and I start to visualize with my team of experts who do this for a living. How do we build this, guys? And we make a list, and we check it twice, and we're probably all naughty whilst we're making the list, eating some pizza, drinking too much coffee, maybe a Monster Energy or two. Timescales. Exactly. Happy path of timescales. The exec are pleased. They get it in June. Probably more like August, and maybe it blew up a couple of times along the way. But we're starting to build a plan. There's about 50 lines under each one of those lines when it comes to reality of building a project plan. But this is the most simple tool that we can use as project managers to bring to life something really, really complex, because it might look like a little tiny plastic pen. This is from Bic's website. Look at all the stuff they need to care about. They need to care about a hole in the barrel to balance pressure of the ink to release it at the right time. How many scientists do we think it took to do that job? I dread to think. It will have taken years of development. This has been in production since the 1960s, and they've changed it minutely in, 50 years? Phenomenal achievement. The cartridge carries exactly 38 grams of ink. Who worked that out? How long does it last? Mind-blowing. And we have to conform to ISO standards and other British safety standards here in the UK, different around the world. All of those things become regulatory frameworks that underpin our project plan and bring to life the project. So it doesn't matter how complex it is when we start. Let's start with that end goal, that end vision. Doesn't matter what job you do for a living. by using this technique and this framework, it allows you to really simplify with your team any situation. We could build a hovercraft in this room just by picturing what a hovercraft is. And that's the power of this tool and technique. I love it. Gets me really excited. So when things are ambiguous and you're walking into that project, you're walking into that room, you're pulling together those people flat, people panic. Taking that step back, visualizing that end state together makes us calmer. It helps us simplify. It helps us visualize what we're trying to do. And I wrote it down like this. Sometimes zooming out allows you to zoom in with more clarity. We got to a plan. I am not a pen engineer. I'm a program manager. I work in technology. But I built you a pen, and I hope you guys built yourselves a pen. So it's so powerful because it doesn't matter what you think of. Liam Broadbent, you think about this sort of stuff, right? Databases and putting all the technology together. I bet we could build a plan together because I can kind of go, we've got data here, we're trying to get to this thing, and we can make that happy path together using this framework. We might be trying to build a website. Well, that's easy, isn't it? We all know what a website looks like. What does it look like? Great. Where do I get the data from? Do I need a content management system? Who's going to give me the pictures? Who's going to write it down? They're all components of a project plan or an agile backlog or the pen. So for those of you that drew your fancy pants pens, it's just the same. You've just got some different components, things like a thrust device. Wow. Imagine that on your project plan. By visualizing it, it allows us to move to the product. It gives us a goal and it allows us to create the simplified steps. We can carve the most complex things up. Backlog for Agile, anyone? I'm Dave. It's been great talking to you today.